Warren Buffett didn't become a billionaire by accident. He didn't get lucky. He followed 10 simple habits. Habits anyone can copy. Today you'll learn all 10. Stay until the end because habit number 10 changed everything for him. Let's dive in.
Habit 1. Get rid of bad habits.
Buffett says this is the foundation. Everything else builds on this. Bad habits are like weights on your ankles. You can't run fast with weights. Think about your daily routine. What's holding you back? Scrolling social media for hours? Spending money you don't have? Saying yes when you should say no? Buffett identified his bad habits early. He eliminated them one by one, not overnight, slowly, deliberately. Here's what most people miss. You can't add good habits until you remove bad ones. There's no space. Your day is already full. So start with subtraction, not addition. Write down 3 habits that waste your time. Pick one. Eliminate it this week. Just one. That's how Buffett started. That's how you'll start.
Habit 2. Don't risk what you have for what you don't need.
This is Buffett's golden rule. Most people break it every day. They risk their savings on get-rich-quick schemes. They risk their reputation for a shortcut. They risk their relationships for temporary pleasure. Buffett tells a story about this. A student asked him about using leverage to invest. Buffett said, "Why would you risk what you have and need for what you don't have and don't need?" Think about that. You already have enough. Maybe not everything you want, but enough. Why gamble it? People do this with debt. They buy cars they can't afford, houses that stretch them thin, clothes to impress people they don't like. Buffett drove the same car for decades. He lived in the same house since 1958. Not because he's cheap, because he values what he has. He doesn't risk it for status symbols. Here's your action step. Before your next big purchase, ask yourself this question. Am I risking what I have for what I don't need? If the answer is yes, walk away.
Habit 3. Learn from your mistakes and become better.
Buffett has lost billions, not millions. Billions, but he's still one of the richest people alive. How? He learns from every mistake. Most people make a mistake and move on. They pretend it didn't happen. They blame someone else, not Buffett. He writes about his mistakes publicly, every year in his shareholder letters. He analyzes what went wrong. He figures out why. Then he makes sure it never happens again. Here's what he does differently. He keeps a journal of his decisions, not just the outcomes, the decisions. Because sometimes you make the right decision and get unlucky. Sometimes you make the wrong decision and get lucky. Most people can't tell the difference. Buffett can. He reviews his investment decisions years later. He asks, "What did I know then? What did I miss?" This habit compounds over decades. Each mistake makes him sharper. Each failure makes him smarter. Try this starting today. When something goes wrong, don't run from it. Sit with it. Ask yourself 3 questions. What happened? Why did it happen? What will I do differently next time? Write it down. Review it monthly. This is how you transform pain into wisdom.
Habit 4. Choose colleagues and mentors wisely.
Buffett learned this from his mentor, Benjamin Graham. The people around you shape your future, not your circumstances, not your starting point. Your people. Buffett says, "It's better to hang out with people better than you. Pick out associates whose behavior is better than yours, and you'll drift in that direction." Think about your 5 closest friends. Their average income is probably close to yours. Their habits probably mirror yours. Their mindset probably matches yours. This isn't a coincidence. You become like the people you spend time with. Buffett chose his business partner, Charlie Munger, carefully. They've worked together for over 60 years. Charlie challenged him, made him think differently, made him better. Who challenges you? Who makes you uncomfortable in a good way? Who pushes you to grow? If you can't name anyone, that's your problem. Here's what to do. Identify 3 people you admire. Reach out to one this week. Ask for 15 minutes of their time. Most successful people say yes. They remember when someone helped them. And here's the secret. Don't just take. Give. Offer value first. Share an insight. Make an introduction. Solve a problem. Relationships are investments. Buffett knows this better than anyone.
Habit 5. Do what you love.
Buffett tap dances to work at 94 years old. He still loves what he does. That's not normal. Most people dread Monday mornings. They live for weekends. They retire as soon as possible. Not Buffett. He says, I get to do what I love every day. If I didn't love it, I wouldn't do it. But here's what people misunderstand. Doing what you love doesn't mean it's always easy. It doesn't mean every day is fun. It means the work itself is meaningful to you. Buffett loves analyzing businesses. He reads annual reports for fun. Most people would fall asleep. He finds it fascinating. That's the difference. He's not forcing himself. He's genuinely interested. Now, maybe you're thinking, but I have bills to pay. I can't just do what I love. Buffett agrees. He's practical. He says start where you are. Find one aspect of your work you enjoy. Focus on that. Expand it over time. Eventually, your work shifts toward what you love. It's not instant. It's gradual. But it's possible. Ask yourself tonight, what part of my day energized me? What made time disappear? Do more of that. Even if it's just 10% more this month, that's progress.
Habit 6. Invest in yourself.
Buffett calls this the best investment you can make. Not stocks. Not real estate, yourself. He reads 500 pages a day, every single day. He's been doing this for decades. That's how knowledge compounds. Most people stop learning after school. They think education ends with a degree. Buffett knows it's just beginning. He says, the more you learn, the more you earn. But it's not just about money. It's about capability. The more skills you have, the more options you have. The more knowledge you gain, the better decisions you make. Think about this. You're your only appreciating asset. Houses depreciate without maintenance. Cars lose value the moment you buy them. But you can always increase in value. Through learning, through skills, through experience. Buffett invested in a public speaking course early in his career. He was terrified of speaking. He forced himself to overcome it. That one investment paid dividends for 70 years. What skill would transform your career? What knowledge would open new doors? Invest in that. Not tomorrow. Today. Read one book this month. Take one online course. Learn one new skill. Buffett didn't become Buffett overnight. He became Buffett through decades of daily learning. You have the same 24 hours. Use them wisely.
Habit 7. Be patient.
This is Buffett's superpower. In a world obsessed with speed, he waits. He says, the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. Everyone wants results now. Six-pack abs in 30 days. Rich in 6 months. Success by next year. Buffett thinks in decades. He bought Coca-Cola in 1988. He still holds it today. That's 37 years. He bought Apple in 2016. People said he was late. He didn't care. He understood the business. He was patient. Now it's one of his best investments. Patience isn't passive. It's not sitting around hoping things get better. It's active waiting. You're preparing while you wait. You're learning while you wait. You're building while you wait. Most people quit right before the breakthrough. They plant seeds on Monday. They want fruit by Friday. That's not how trees work. That's not how success works. Buffett knows this. He plants. He waters. He waits. Years pass. Decades pass. Then the harvest comes. And it's massive. What are you building that requires patience? A business, a skill, a relationship? Give it time. Real growth happens slowly, then suddenly.
Habit 8. Live below your means.
Buffett is worth over $100 billion. He still lives in the same house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. He doesn't own a yacht. He doesn't collect mansions. He lives below his means, way below. This isn't about being cheap. It's about being free. When you live below your means, you have options. You can take risks. You can say no to things you don't want. You can wait for the right opportunity. When you live beyond your means, you're trapped. You need the next paycheck. You can't leave the job you hate. You can't invest in opportunities. Buffett says, if you buy things you don't need, you'll soon sell things you do need. Think about the math. If you make $5,000 and spend $5,000, you're broke. If you make $5,000 and spend $3,000, you're building wealth. It's not about how much you make. It's about the gap between earning and spending. Buffett increased that gap as much as possible, not by being miserable, by being intentional. He spends on what matters to him: books, learning, time with people he loves. He doesn't spend on impressing strangers. Here's your challenge. Track your spending for 1 week. Every dollar. You'll be shocked. Then cut 10% from categories that don't bring joy. Bank that difference. Watch it grow. That's freedom growing in your account.
Habit 9. Focus on the long term.
Buffett ignores daily noise. Stock market up? Doesn't care. Stock market down? Doesn't care. He focuses on 10, 20, 30-year outcomes. Everyone else is playing checkers. He's playing chess. He thinks moves ahead. Most people optimize for today. They take the quick win, the easy money, the short-term pleasure. Buffett optimizes for decades from now. He asks different questions. Not what will make me money this year, but what will still be valuable in 20 years. Not what's popular now, but what solves a real problem. This changes everything. Your decisions, your investments, your relationships. When you think long-term, you avoid stupid mistakes. You don't panic sell. You don't chase trends. You don't burn bridges. You build slowly, solidly, permanently. Buffett's favorite holding period. Forever. He's not joking. When he buys something, he plans to keep it. This mindset applies to everything: your skills, your health, your relationships. What are you doing today that your future self will thank you for? What are you avoiding today that will hurt you later? Think in decades. Act accordingly.
Habit 10. Maintain your integrity.
This is the foundation of everything. Buffett says it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently. Your reputation is your most valuable asset. more valuable than money, more valuable than connections. Because without integrity, you have nothing. Buffett has turned down billions in deals that didn't feel right. Not illegal, just not right. He sleeps well at night. That's worth more than any amount of money. People trust him because he's consistent. He does what he says what he means. No games, no tricks, no shortcuts. This is rare today. Everyone's looking for an angle, a loophole, a way to get ahead without earning it. Buffett took the opposite approach. He built trust over decades. Now people invest billions with him without question. That's the power of integrity. Your word becomes your bond. Your handshake becomes a contract. Your character becomes your currency. Here's the test. Would you be proud if your actions were on the front page tomorrow? If not, don't do it. Simple. 10 habits. All simple, none easy, but all possible. Warren Buffett proved it. He started with nothing special. No rich parents, no connections, just these habits, applied daily, for decades. You have the same opportunity, the same 24 hours, the same choice. Which habit will you start with? Pick one. Start today, not tomorrow. Because success isn't built in a day, it's built one day at a time. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
Hey, thank you so much for watching till the end. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support really helps us create more inspiring videos like this one. We'd also love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and let us know what you think or what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video, and until then, stay blessed and stay inspired.